Hello and welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton.
Who are you here with?
Oh, that's right. I'm here with the courtroom Casanova, Derek Kaufman.
Love the name. Feels even better. I'm back from European vacation, so I'm feeling like a barrister. Now I need a nickname with like barrister for a London lawyer.
And you went to Gay Paris as well?
I went to Gay Paris, gayer than ever.
Is that right?
It was especially gay with my family.
I'm pleased.
Yeah, very, very happy.
I'm pleased to hear it. Well, welcome back. Not very gay, this newsroom today. We're going to talk about the astronomer, the CEO of Astronomer, Andy Byron. There's so many updates. It was a funny weekend.
Yeah, this guy's life was turned upside down while I was away.
Justin Bieber, he's posting about his relationship with God in the context of him using drugs, which is quite interesting.
He's going through it.
We'll give you a very interesting shot. I shot Frank Gerillo at LAX just before he boarded a Delta flight, which ended up exploding. Well, some of the plane exploded.
Unreal.
And finally, we'll talk about the most bizarre new couple you've ever seen. This might be the bizarrest new couple I've seen this year.
You could give me 1,000 guesses. I'd get nowhere near to either of them.
Either of them. We're not live today. We're doing other stuff. Live is not happening. So we'll be back with the live tomorrow if you're listening. To begin with, Andy Byron. What a few days it must have been for this young man. He is on everybody's lips. He's on everyone's mind. Like at any sporting event or concert over the weekend.
I've never seen the memes happen so quickly.
Did
you see the two from The Office holding each other? It was Rainn Wilson holding someone. I mean, that video of the kiss cam, right, at the Coldplay concert, and they're just holding each other. Everyone has dissected it to such an extent because the moment was so big. People looked at the woman in the background, snickering, who also works for the company. It took on such a life of its own. You never know where it's going to come from, right? Because things like this happen on the kiss cam all the time, but this story has just got teeth and it just like dug into the world and everyone cares about it. I can tell you, I was in London and Paris. People were talking about it over there.
Yeah.
It just was one of those stories that captured people's imagination.
And imagine being,
now he's jobless, man.
He's jobless. I mean, he had to resign from Astronomer, so he's jobless. He might be like wifeless soon, because the thing is, we haven't heard from any of these people involved.
Yes.
And we will, because everyone's got a price. And so everyone, we want to know the details so badly that I bet every 60 Minutes or whoever are calling up this couple saying, we'll pay you this much money to come and sit down.
What I've noticed though is, so this event happens, his marriage, I'm sure, is in tatters and that's all going to go away, but no one has rushed to their defense in any way. And I think that's very telling. Like stuff like this happens. And if you're a generally good person who is well liked, some people will come out and say, I know him and he's a good dude. This is an awkward moment or something like that. Silence, which tells me that maybe this Andy Byron CEO wasn't particularly well liked by everyone. CEOs can be people who are incredibly gregarious, but they're also very hard charging and they can rub a lot of people the wrong way. And he was the CEO of this company that was on the rise. And often when a company is sort of growing in a growth phase, they really push hard and they can sort of not make many friends along the way. And I wonder if some of that is part of this response, because immediately the internal investigation was run. He's out. He's forced into resignation. I mean, his life is just upside down now. Who knows what'll happen with her?
No one, an employee at the company or a friend of his or no one has spoken out on his behalf saying, whoa, let's wait before
let's
we
pump
judge.
The brakes. What was his marriage like? I knew him closely. They were in their marriage was having troubles. None of that. You would think you would hear that, right?
Yeah, that is
if someone
strange.
would sort of say, like, I can add more context to this. This is a guy who they were kind of not officially separated, but they were having problems or something. None of it.
You know the gift Andy Byron has given America and the world, though, is that if you're out there and you've got a side piece, you should just take her out and about today and just if you get caught, you're just doing the Andy.
Doing the Andy. This isn't an Andy situation. You can see it's just going to catch on, right? As an easy excuse, kind of like when Shaggy it wasn't me, right? It wasn't me. I was surprised it was just so immediate that it was who people speculated it was. The internet did its thing and it was all accurate, roughly, right? I mean, there may be more context. Who knows how long they've been dating or anything like that, but those pictures that we put up on our website, set the world on fire because it was sort of the behind the scenes. It's one thing to be caught on the kiss cam. I might be holding you in a kiss cam. You know,
why
like
not?
we would do it as a lark, and like it could have just been a moment that got misconstrued. But once you see the pictures of them canoodling, this is like
TMZ had video of them like kissing and canoodling.
Yeah, it looked like an affair, which rocked me because if we went to a function, these are all employees.
I think you're mistaken about that.
So how does
not
that
a work
work?
function?
Not a work function,
It was
but there
just
were
those two.
and the one behind them also works for the
No.
company. She doesn't.
Astronomer is saying that she doesning work for the company.
Got it. Okay, so it was just the two of
Just
them.
those
Because I was
two.
wondering how open was this affair at
Right.
the office. If it was just the two of them, okay. So there was some misreporting out there about the person behind them. But it's fascinating to me that it just like all came down so quickly and so swiftly for this guy.
Okay, Justin Bieber, he just shared a post about not being clean amid all this drug use allegations. And he posted a clip that DMX, he once said in Ilya, how do you say that first name? Ayanla.
Ayanla.
Ayanla
Fixed My Life. Yeah, it was a show. No, I'm serious. Ayanla.
So he emphasized being clean and his connection with God, isn't affected by his drug use. So DMX said, no weed, no drinking, and then said, look, I'm where I need to be with God. And so Justin posting this is kind of confirming and
yeah, it's sort of a clip saying like the two issues are very separate. Casual drug use and having these substances in your life doesn't mean you're not a godly person. Isn't that what the clip is kind of saying? DMX was saying, you can compartmentalize these two. I tend to agree with the idea. I don't judge anyone morally who smokes weed or does some drugs. To me, they're very separate. You can lead a very moral life, which is what religion is largely about, while taking drugs, recreationally.
I know, but I think that some sort of God-fearing people are not down with drug culture
That's true.
and that sort of stuff.
And particularly the sects of Christianity that he's involved with are pretty preachy and they moralize a lot. And so you don't hear many people proselytizing about the virtues of drug use.
True.
But I don't consider you can't be a faithful person if you're on drugs, right?
I mean, I agree with that. I agree. I mean,
But what do you think it says? Do you think it's... Look, I think everything he does is intentional. The thing I don't like about Justin Bieber is it's all like tea leaves. It's like, here's a little
he's just
clip
got an album and he's
like,
trying to...
Yeah, he's just like looking for like headlines, but he's not sort of saying anything directly. He's like, hey, think what you want about it. My name is on people's lips again and I'm trying to restart my music career.
I'm kind of over him.
I'm over it too. To me, it's kind of like lame to watch this guy who's now like a married father. He has a little kid, a little baby with Haley. Just grow up a little bit. Like this is the stuff of 20-year-olds.
Okay. So I shot nearly the biggest and most tragic clip of my career.
Yeah.
I saw Frank Gerillo departing LAX. He was leaving on his flight, a flight that ultimately had to be diverted and turn around because an engine exploded on this Delta flight.
Incredible. And you hear engine explosion, even though the flight didn't end in tragedy. That's scary. I don't care who you are. When you're on a flight, we hit a little bit of turbulence on the way to London, and you're white knuckling it. You feel uncomfortable on flights. I do at least. Totally. I'm not a nervous flyer. I will fly, but to have an explosion of an engine and still land the plane and thankfully everything's okay. That's quite a clip because if it went another way, it would have been disastrous. That would have been haunting.
So, look at this clip with the context. Moments later, Frank nearly died. Okay, here's the clip. Man, what's it been like recently? I feel like you're bigger than ever and life is going better than ever for you. Is that how it feels?
I'm no Pedro Pascal, or Glenn Powell. But no, life's good. At my age, to be working is a gift.
Do you feel like you're peaking now?
I just feel like you do good work and you work hard and you're consistent and you're reliable and, look at my guy Stallone.
Right? I know. Incredible.
Yeah, 79.
I know.
He's my role model.
You think it's better to get to be more successful later in life than earlier in life because you appreciate it more?
I think so, and I also think we only have now. So if I was more successful when I was young and not now, I'd be in trouble.
Right. Last thing. What's your most aspirational goal for yourself?
To make sure all my kids are good before I die.
Wow. It's incredible in so many ways because you had no idea this was going to happen, yet the nature of the questions you're asking him in this clip, and sometimes you'll do funny, just frivolous off the cuff, what's your favorite summer fruit? We're in summer, so I expected a little summer fruit, but
Classic
you were
question.
asking about his career because he is having a moment and he's so hopeful. He's smiling, he's in good spirits, he's on that escalator and he's saying to you like, man, it's like happening. And he's appreciative that you've noticed that he's having a good moment. And then when he says that line about, I want to make sure my kids are okay before I die, and the clip sort of cuts out, incredible. Like
Isn't
how
it?
haunting that would have been if he gets on that flight and something goes wrong.
Yeah. And he just said, like, he said to me, all we have is now. Like, all we have is now, this moment. It's just like,
He's reflecting, but he's also living in the present, like in the present, and very appreciative of the moment he's
and then
having.
it was a big story when that happened to the Delta flight. And like TMZ, we did there's footage of the flight and the flames coming out of the flight. And Frank, he posted about the flight too, obviously. And he said that Delta offered him something like $12 credit or something like that to apologize for the exploded plane.
It's really nuts. I mean, look, flying commercial aviation is extremely safe statistically, but we're living in a moment where there's a lot of things going wrong and they're highly publicized because everyone has their phone out and you can see these moments on planes and so forth. So it feels more dangerous. It's more in your head when you're flying. I certainly think about it all the time.
Yeah.
I think about all the Boeing stories. Whenever you board a flight, you're just powerless. And it's hard when you're a person who's so much in control of their life, having such a great moment that it can just be sort of take it
away
like that. Thankfully, he was completely fine, and this engine exploding apparently like didn't compromise the flight too much. But still, when that happens, you're just thinking, man, I was just talking to Charlie at LAX about my kids being okay before I die. I mean, it's quite possible that thought flashed before his mind.
Totally. So thank God.
Yeah.
I didn't get the biggest clip of my career. I just got kind of an interesting one.
Yeah, the FAA is going to review the case, though. We don't know exactly what happened with that engine, but exploding engines when you're in midair and you're 30,000 feet above the ground, not a good thing.
Not a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay, on to our final story.
Here it is.
You're never going to believe this couple. I still don't know what's going on. Sia, you know Sia?
Chandelier and,
She
all
wears those wigs where you can't really see her face half the time.
half white, half black.
Yeah, she
Gerillo
actually
wigs.
just got broken up, divorced with her husband. She's got a kid called Somersault Wonder.
Love that name.
Somersault Wonder is Sia's kid's name.
You and I love unique names. Your kid Peach. I named my kid Nixon after Richard Nixon. So I love it. I think actually Somersault Wonder works as a name because the nickname works. Summer or salt.
Yeah, right.
I love it. It's so Sia and it actually works. It's perfect.
Well, you'll never guess who she was spotted out holding hands with. It's another Aussie. So they're both Aussies. It's Harry Jowsey.
If you were even to narrow the question down to being it's another Aussie, I still wouldn't get to Harry Jowsey in the first 10 guesses. I'd say see it as at a level of success that I'd say guys like Hugh Jackman, I'd say maybe a Hemsworth, something like that. She's at a level where she can date those kind of people. You think of Harry Jowsey as a reality star. He was on Perfect Match. He's on Too Hot to Handle. He's sort of a Lothario. Very handsome. Very tall,
maybe that's
very
why.
handsome,
Look,
very charming.
She's a lot older than, I don't want to sort of like give her a certain number, but she's like a lot older, significantly older. And I don't know why these guys were out and about holding hands. He's got a new reality show coming out on Netflix. I think it's like Marry Harry or he's the bachelor basically, and all these girls trying to get him. So is he with Sia? Is he not with Sia? Why are they holding hands? Why is she, if she's just a pawn in something, why?
I'll tell you,
big.
Here's my theory. So Harry Jowsey, obviously, it's obvious why he'd want to be seen with Sia. He's a Lothario, but he's also trying to crack into real celebritydom. He's a reality star now, but he wants to be like a Kim Kardashian, someone who can have a global brand from a reality show. So he's trying to move beyond that. He's now hosting this show, all the spotlight on him. Sia is post-divorce. She's a little bit older than him and maybe wants to feel hot. And so being around one of the hottest young guys in Hollywood, who Harry Jowsey is, he's taken sort of a leap. They both get something out of it transactionally. Even if it's not a real relationship where they're going to go off and get married, you can see what she gets out of it. She gets to feel hot. Like she's got this hot young stud with her.
Is it, like she's like almost she's a legend. She's written so many huge hits. And then you're with like the guy from Too Hot to Handle, just because he's just got like a big one.
Yes,
does
maybe.
It cheapen her like brand?
Maybe. Partly does it cheapen her, or maybe she's just such a legend that she can do whatever. There's certain people like Cher. She's dating that AE, right?
AE, yeah.
AE, who's not like at her level. Cher is an absolute legend, but when you get to be such a legend, it really doesn't matter. There's no tarnishing Cher's legacy, man. She's Cher. Sia is kind of such a legend, and she's such an incredibly talented songwriter that there's nothing cheaping. Like, she's not on her way up. She is who she is. People respect Sia. She's written a lot of songs. She's made a lot of money in the industry. I think it actually works. My take is that this is cool for both of them.
Do you think in the throes of passion she wears one of her wigs?
Put that.
Do you think she puts the wig on and
maybe she puts it on him? Maybe a little role play and switch it, swinging from chandeliers. She's acrobatic, man. She likes things.
Okay, well, thank you very much for joining me,
was fun.
Derek, and we'll see you guys here tomorrow.